Welcome to my Stormtrooper Crochet hat tutorial. For this tutorial you're going to need white, black, and gray yarn in a medium weight. I use Red Heart Super Saver. You will also need a 5mm crochet hook, measuring tape, a tapestry needle, and scissors. So we will begin with a magic circle. To do a magic circle, you lay the yarn in your open palm, pinch it down with your finger, wrap the yarn around, and make an X under that thumb. Turn your hand, and with your hook you'll go under, grab that yarn and pull through, like that. Pinch with your fingers. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be working our crochets over these two strands here. So we'll bring our working yarn back here. Pinch that now with the opposite hand. Alright, so we're going to start by chaining 3. So wrap the yarn around, pull through 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to count this as a double crochet, and we're going to work 9 additional double crochets into this loop for a total of 10. So wrap the yarn around, go into the circle under the 2 strands, pull through 1, wrap it around, pull through 2, wrap it around, pull through 2. That's 1 double crochet. Pull that loop a little bit tighter there. Alright, so let's do another one. So that was, we've got 1, 2, wrap it around into the loop, through 2, and pull through 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll pull that a little bit tighter. 8, 9, and 10. That's our last one. There we go. So now what we'll do is we'll pull this loop here, this strand, to tighten that up a little bit. Won't pull it all the way tight yet. Now we will slip stitch into this first crochet here. Pull it through, and that's our first round, our magic circle. We pull that nice and tight. That's the end of round 1. Now we're going to begin round 2. For round 2, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to be working 2 double crochets into every stitch all the way around. So we'll wrap the yarn around here, and we're going to actually work in right there into this spot right next to that chain. So that's going to be our first double crochet. Through 2, through 2. Alright, we're going to go into that same stitch. Again, we're counting this chain. We're going to turn this into 2 double crochets at the end. So we're going to start by doing 2 double crochets into this first stitch here. Alright, go on to the next stitch, 2 double crochets into the next stitch. Okay, second double crochet into that same stitch. Alright, we're just going to repeat that all the way around. I will meet you over here. So I made it around, and so I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and now we're going to turn this into 20. So we're going to wrap the yarn around, and we're going to work in to this space right here. Go in, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now we're going to slip stitch into this first stitch here. That's the end of round 2. So starting round 3, chain 3. Alright, and now what we're going to be doing is we're going to do an increase into the increases from the previous round. So the increase is where you have these little V's here. Okay, that's when we did the 2 double crochet. So this first stitch here, we're going to do just 1 double crochet, and then the next one 2 double crochet. So rotating 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. So we're going into this first stitch right there. Next stitch, 2 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. The next stitch, 2 double crochet. So repeat that all the way around, doing an increase in the previous increase, and I will meet you over here. Alright, we're here towards the end. I just did 2, so now I'm on 1 double crochet. Alright, and then now we're going to turn that chain into an increase by doing a double crochet here at the bottom. Wrap it around. Through 2, through 2. Alright, then slip stitch. And that is the end of round 3. Round 4, chain 3. And now we're going to be doing 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. So we're going to start by going right here. 1. The next stitch, 1 double crochet. Here we've got our increase. We're going to be doing 2 double crochet. 1 and 2. Next stitch, 1. Next stitch, 1. And then 2. So keep doing that all the way around. And again, I will meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so we made it around. Just did 1 double crochet in the last 2. So now we're going to turn this into an increase, 2 double crochet. Wrap it around. Go here at the bottom of that chain. Slip stitch here. And that is the end of round 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to begin round 5. So chain 3. And now we're going to be doing 1 double crochet into 3 stitches and then 2 double crochet. We're also going to be changing colors though. So follow along with me for changing colors. We're going to do 10 stitches and then we'll be changing colors. So we'll wrap it around here. 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. And the next stitch, 1 double crochet. Got our increase from the previous round. We're going to do 2 double crochet in that stitch. Okay. 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch. 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Let me just double check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more white. And this one we're doing a 2 double crochet. So, okay, this is our last of white. Now we're going to change color to gray. To change color, you're going to tie a little knot. Slide it down. We're going to pull this through here, and then we pull the white down. Okay, so now we wrap it around, and we're going to do another double crochet here into the same stitch because we're on an increase. So we'll go into that same stitch. Okay, next stitch, we're continuing with the gray. 1 double crochet into the next 3. So 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 3, and we're going to do 1 double crochet here in this increase, and that's 5. So we're going to now pull, we're going to switch back to white. So pull this here and keep it kind of loose. Don't pull it too tight. Keep it kind of loose there. And we're going to pull this white through the gray. Now pinch and pull that gray nice and tight. Okay, so now we've switched back to white. Wrap it around, and we're going into that same stitch because we're on increase. So 1 double crochet in this next stitch. This was an increase, so we need to do 3. So 1, 2, 3, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, 1, 2, and 3. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'll do 10 here. Alright, so we're going to keep going until we get to 20. So 2 double crochet in here. 1 double crochet, the next 3, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Alright, we're at another increase, 2 double crochet, one double crochet. In the next stitch, 1 double crochet. The next stitch, 1 double crochet. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 1 double crochet. That makes 20. Now if you'd like, you could carry your gray over all the way, but that's quite a long ways to go. So I'm just going to tie in again. Tie the knot here. Slide it down. We'll pick up the gray. Switch to gray. Wrap that yarn around and pull through. Pinch. Pull that white. Here we go. So wrap the yarn around. Oops. And this is an increase, so we're doing another double crochet in that same stitch. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. Next stitch, 1 double crochet. And our last with the gray. Okay, so that's 5. We're gonna work our white back in. Make sure you keep it loose. Don't pull too tight on the back there. Hold your finger right there on the back side. Pull the white through, pinch, pull that gray down. This was an increase, so we're going to work another double crochet into that same stitch. Pull that gray again. Here we go. And just keep going, doing our increase to the end of the round. So 1 double crochet into these 3, which are increased from the previous round, 2 double crochet into that stitch. One, 2, 3. Alright, and then turn this last stitch into an increase. Wrap the yarn around. Through. Slip stitch into that first stitch. And that is the end of round 5. Okay, so now we are going to switch colors to black. And let's go ahead and snip off some of these just a little bit shorter. We'll work these in as we're going around. Or you can leave them a little bit longer and work them in at the end. It's totally up to you. Okay. So we're going to switch to black. So we'll tie a knot here in the end. Slide it down. Pick up the black with your hand. And we'll keep the white connected because we'll be switching to white on the next round. So we'll pull through, pinch, pull that white. There we go. Chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So we switch to black. This round we're going to be doing 1 double crochet into 4 stitches and then 2 double crochet. So again, this is going to become an increase at the end, so we'll count that as a stitch for that later. Okay, so here, 1, next stitch, 1, so we've done 1 double crochet into 4 stitches. Okay, the next stitch, increase, we're going to do 2 double crochet. So just repeat this all the way around. 1 double crochet in 4 stitches and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. I'll meet you at the end of this round. One thing to keep in mind as you're doing this is don't forget that these colors, that's still an increase. So don't forget to work that increase in every 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we need to do 2 double crochet right there. So It's easy to overlook it because of the different colors. So make sure that you're keeping track of your stitch count. Also, if you'd like, you can work this yarn in on the back side. And you do that by just going through. You pull the yarn tight there and just work over the yarn. All right, I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so you're going to slip stitch. Or sorry, we're actually going to, sorry, we forgot the increase. We got an increase here. So add a stitch there at the bottom of this chain. There we go. Sometimes when we change colors, it's a little bit harder to get into that spot. All right, and then we slip stitch right here to that space. Okay, so now we're going to switch to white. We'll just pull that up from before. Slip stitch, pull that through, chain that through, and then we pull the black. All right, now we're going to chain 3 with the white. 1, 2, and 3. Now for the rest of the hat, we're just working with white. So you can go ahead and snip off that black, and you can work that in either as we go along or later. I'm going to go ahead and snip off where I had worked some yarn in. If you haven't worked it in yet, keep them long so that you can work that in there at the end. Okay. So I'm going to work over this black here as I'm doing this. Okay, now first we're going to measure this hat. And pull it flat a little bit. Don't stretch it too much, but just kind of a natural flat. We measure from 0 right there over. So this is measuring close to 6.5, and that's going to be a good size for a child size. So if you're child size, you're going to stop doing the increase now, and you're just going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. If you're wanting to do a youth, an adult size, you're going to continue to do the increase with me. All right, so we'll wrap around. Now we're going to do 1 double crochet into 5 stitches, and then we will do the increase in that 6th stitch. So there we go. We got 1, 2, next stitch, 3, and I'm working over my black yarn here in the back. It's just holding it there tight, and I'm putting my yarn through that as well, just to hide it. All right, 4 and 5. Now we're going to do an increase right there. If you are doing a child size, you will not do the increase. You're just going to do 1 double crochet into each stitch. All right, so I've worked that in a ways. So now I'm going to cut the black off right there. All right, and I'm just going to keep working my way around. And because I'm doing the adult size, I am going to be continuing the increase. Just do 1 double crochet if you're doing a child size. I'm just going to keep going around, and I'll meet you over here. Okay, so we're just wrapping up round 7. We're going to, so here's the difference. If you are continuing to do the increase, we're going to do an increase here. If not, you're just going to slip stitch here. Okay, so that's the difference. Since I'm making the adult hat and we've continued the increase, this will be the last time we're going to turn that last chain into an increase. There we go. And then we'll slip stitch right here. That's the end of round 7. So we'll get out that measuring tape. And I'm measuring about 7.5, which is a great size for an adult hat. If you're making a hat for someone who has a very large adult head, I would, on this next round, I would do increases in every other increase from the previous round, not every single one. But again, this is only if you have a very large head, which I have a big head, and this size will be fine for me. So just depends on what you need. All right, so now for all the next rounds, no matter what size you're making, we're just doing 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around. And we're going to continue that until we get to the desired height. I'll include a chart just right here explaining. For a small child, you're going to want it to be about 7.5 inches tall, and that's measuring from here down. For a child size, it's going to be 8 inches. Youth and adult, it'll be 8.5 to 9 inches. For a large adult hat, it'll be more like 9.5 inches. So we will chain 3, and we're going to do 1 double crochet into every stitch all the way around. We are still working into this first stitch here. And the hardest part about this round, if this is your first time doing just the 1 double crochet, is not automatically doing the increase, because after you've been doing it for a while, sometimes you get on autopilot and you do it. So just keep track of your stitches, make sure that you're not adding any unnecessarily. Just keep going all the way around and I'll meet you here. Alright, so I've made it to the end of the round. Now we're just going to slip stitch right here. Okay, that's the end of that round. So we're just going to continue to chain 3 and do 1 double crochet into each stitch all the way around until you get to the desired height for the hat that you want. I will leave a chart over here that says about which round you should end on, and also the measurement for the hat depending on what size you're wanting to make. Okay, so I got to my desired height. I slip stitched there. So it's a good time to try it on, add another round if you need to, or take out a round if you feel like it's too long. All right. So for your last round, you can either do a slip stitch through each stitch all the way around, or you can do 1 single crochet. So first I'll show you single crochet and then I'll show you slip stitch. So both of these will start with just chaining 1. Okay, for a single crochet, go in, pull the yarn through, wrap it around and pull through 2. So again, in, pull through, wrap it around, pull through 2. For a slip stitch, you insert your hook and you just pull it through both of them. And make sure you keep it kind of loose, don't make it too tight, or else it will make the hat too tight on the bottom. So either of those, whichever one you'd prefer, whatever look you think looks best. You can see the difference there just a little bit. This gives you just a little bit of extra length, and that just kind of finishes it off. So do that all the way around. I'll meet you here. So I'm doing the slip stitch all the way around. Alright, so your last one, slip stitch into, whether you did the single crochet or the slip stitch, pull it through, cut that off the scissors, and pull that tight. And we'll work this in at the end. So that finished your hat. Thanks for watching part 1 of this tutorial. In part 2, I will be showing you how to make all of these embellishments. Please subscribe if you liked this one, and check out my other Star Wars tutorials, which I will put here. So I will see you over at part 2.